We're building the most badass flight simulator that anybody's ever going to see. Welcome back to the channel, guys, and right now we're standing next to all of the flight simulator equipment that we're building for one of our customers. Now, this thing is going to be pretty badass. We want to make a simulator, a flight simulator, that feels incredibly realistic. The guy that is purchasing this, he needs a simulator that he can practice on so he can actually feel what it's like to be up in the skies before he gets there in real life. He wants to be able to feel the rumble through the plane when he takes off. He wants to feel everything as if he would in real life. We have these really badass pedals, we have a badass yoke, the throttle quadrant, everything is here. Now, we're going to make a couple part series with this simulator so that you guys can follow along as we build it. If there's any questions or any comments that you guys have that we can do to make this simulator even more badass, don't forget to leave them in the comments below. You're definitely going to want to subscribe to the channel because we have some pretty cool content coming up. Now, we have Sean. Sean actually does this in real life. He goes up in the skies, he flies planes, he does all this real world stuff. So this is incredibly valuable because Sean knows how everything needs to feel. Now, if we didn't have Sean, we'd be guessing, we'd be thinking like, I think this is how it feels up in the planes, but we wouldn't actually know. Sean really does know. So I'm gonna hand this off to Sean. Sean's gonna explain why all the equipment that we chose is incredibly important. We could have went with cheap stuff, but we didn't. So I'm gonna let Sean explain that.
So like Lawrence is saying, we are trying to go with the most realistic equipment we can. We did a lot of research, and for example, we ended up choosing these pedals right here, the Thrustmaster TPRs. Let's say on a cheaper pedal set like the Satec from Logitech, you have your feet resting on there the whole time. It's not really like what it's like in a real plane. In a real plane, you're going to take your feet off when you're not using the brakes. You're going to be on the balls of your feet when you're steering the plane, and then put your feet up when you're braking. But small stuff like that to keep it realistic, because the habits you develop, when you're practicing at home, are going to transfer to real life.
Now, we're not just going one single screen here on the simulator like you've seen on a lot of them. We're actually going with a 4-screen combo, and it's actually a really unique way that we're doing it. We're gonna have a large 49-inch ultra wide right here in front of the pilot, and then we're gonna have two 27-inch screens on the side so he can actually look out his side windows and see all the information he needs to when he's coming into land, or if he's just flying around and wants to look around the cockpit. The other screen that we're using, because I said we're using 4, is actually going to go just underneath the 49-inch monitor. And the purpose of that 4th screen is so he can see all of his gauges inside of the plane. All these planes, they have different gauges, they have different setups. And so if we were just to put a couple gauges on the simulator, it really wouldn't do him justice, because the gauges that he sees in all the different planes could be wildly different. And so we wanted to make sure that it was going to look and feel just like the plane that he was in the moment. If we were to put a gauge from a Cessna on the simulator, well, when he was flying a Boeing 747, it just wouldn't be the same and it wouldn't match up. It wouldn't feel congruent like it needs to. So we're setting this thing up with an absolutely outrageous monitor setup that we haven't done yet before. And nobody's done it like this before, but it's gonna be pretty badass. When it comes to seating, sitting on this is going to have to be very comfortable as well, because he's gonna be sitting on this for hours at a time when he's sitting there flying from one airport to the next. Going from the West Coast to the East Coast, it takes a long time. On Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's pretty stinking realistic. It's not like a video game where you just take off and then in 20 minutes you're over there in New York. No, they didn't set it up this way. It actually takes time to get from one airport to the other, just like it would in real life. So it was really important that we had a lot of comfort built into this. And so we're going to put a really nice Sparco racing seat on it. This is incredibly plush, has a lot of cushion underneath his butt, so he can theoretically sit in this simulator for 6, 7, 8 hours at a time without getting any tailbone pain or anything like that. So guys, don't forget to follow us, subscribe to this channel, because we have a big old video series that is going to be made. We're going to check in constantly be uploading videos as Sean is building just the different pieces, and we're going to run into troubles along the way, things because we haven't done a flight simulator like this before. So there's going to be errors, there's going to be things that we're going to have to figure out. And so of course you guys are going to want to be part of that, so you can learn along the way as well, just in case you want to build your very own flight simulator. So guys, with that, I'm going to close this video off. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below, give us your comments, let us know if there's anything that we could do to make it better. And yeah, we love to hear it all. Don't forget, as always, subscribe to the channel and have a good day. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.